What's up, Lockdown Legion? Welcome back to Nerds on Lockdown. I am Chris, and as always, somewhere in some safe somewhere, is Mr. Aaron.
Hey, what's going on, man? Reporting live from my safe zone. How you doing, Chris?
Man, is that your bunker? You bunkered down?
Yeah, this is how I'm gonna keep myself safe when all hell breaks loose.
You're all going to hell. Goodbye.
Sweet, dude. Well, as you can see behind me, somebody's trying to get to me and mine, so I had to.
Watch out for
Can I
them
join
sparks,
you?
dude.
Can I join you?
I feel obligated to say yes.
Fuck you, asshole.
All right, man. What are we going over today?
Well, in the spirit of our backgrounds, we're going to be covering a particular genre of film that we both love, and that's going to be the heist genre.
Nice.
Basically, any qualifier would be a group or a singular entity, villain or hero potentially, trying to acquire illegally some goods and value that they should not be gaining access to.
Okay, and this includes like a bank, obviously, or a building, or diamonds, or
something that would require a plan, not
cars.
There you go. There you go. Right.
Things like that. Right. Okay. Cool.
Right.
Yeah, I like this genre of movie, man. There's so many to pick from. There really is. I mean, dating back to the big ones in the 1960s and 70s.
Right. Bullet and
yeah,
Steve McQueen
anything
classics.
with Stephen McQueen. Yeah, exactly, man.
Ka-chow.
So, all right, man. Well, let's roll on to your first one, dude. What do you got?
Well, I'm going to go with one of my absolute favorites. It's, in this particular occasion, heist-worthy due to it's this fellow who has a bunch of European assistants and a black guy to do the computers. And they infiltrate a very high-dollar profitable business building in Los Angeles. And their plan is to get all of the monies inside the safe during a Christmas holiday party for the company. And good old John McClane, Bruce Willis, is there to save the day. I'm talking Die Hard.
I knew that was gonna be on your list, man. So
I put it low. I put it low.
Okay. All right. Yeah, cool, man. Die Hard. Now, a lot of people think this is a Christmas movie. We've had arguments with this about in the past. So.
No. but it is quite certainly a heist movie. So
it absolutely is. I don't think you get any better than a villain in oh man, I'm drawing a blank.
I got no hints. A villain in what?
In the movie.
Like his name, Hans Gruber?
Yeah, Hans Gruber. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I forgot the character's name for a second there, but I mean, he was. I mean, even when we did our what was a 1980s villains, I believe that like he is one of the quintessential, bad guys, and kind of like the perfect, leader of a heist group.
He definitely gets the job done. He's not physically intimidating. He doesn't have those characteristics. He's just kind of ruthless and conniving and smart, and he fills the role of that style villain. But at the end of the day, they don't get away with the goods, and Han takes a little flight at the end, which is fun to see in slow-mo. So great flick, man. Die Hard. What you got?
Cool, man. Well, my first one is gonna be a movie that stars Daniel Craig, and no, not James Bond, because I consider those spy movies, not heist movies. It also has Channing Tatum in it, which I actually enjoy a lot. I think he's actually a really good actor, and I think people give him a lot of flack for nothing.
Right.
But this movie's called Logan Lucky. This movie, I think it was a 2000 and I want to say 17. It came out.
Is it Logan Lucky? Or is it Lucky Logan? I always get that mixed up.
It's Logan Lucky. Okay. And it's such a good movie, and it's really about these convicts that are trying to rob a racetrack.
Nice.
And it's just Daniel Craig, you rarely see him play a bad guy, you know?
True.
And it was just such a kind of a refreshing thing to see. And along with it being a heist movie, it was also sort of comedic too. It had those moments of like, it wasn't all serious, you know, you could see the fumbling bad guy, you know, like kind of fumbling his way through the movie and all these things happen. So, yeah, Logan Lucky, man, that's my first one. So.
I like it, and it's one that I've been told by many people now, including you, to watch. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna take a look for sure. All right, I'm gonna roll on to the next one here. It's like a early 2000s flick. It's got another James Bond actor, female Renee Russo, playing her role up quite well, and I'm talking about the Thomas Crown Affair. And you know, it's basically a flick about this you know, super wealthy businessman, entrepreneur, that kind of thing. And you know, it's twists and turns. You don't know if he's really the guy stealing stuff or what the case is. And you know, obviously Rene Russo is trying to stop him and bring him to justice, but in the meantime they like get down and dirty, because that's what the movie called for, I guess.
Yeah.
Really cool soundtrack, fun twists, a good consistent plot that flows real well. And I really enjoy the FU that is the ending in terms of how the plot comes together. It's super cool. It's like you know, it's one of those where you were watching a movie, you knew it was good, but then at the end it was like a exclamation point, you know, a period, like bam, like nailed it.
Yeah.
Buttoned up real well. Thomas Crown Affair.
I do like Renee Russo. Back in the day, my favorite movie with her, I think, was Tin Cup. I like that movie a lot. That's a great movie, yeah. But
Costner, right?
Yeah,
it's also quite marvelous in Mr. Destiny, amongst other films. That's a Jimmy Belushi flick. You might.
Yeah. I remember that movie. Yeah, that's good movie.
Michael Caine was also in that movie.
Michael Caine. Now, my next one, we talked about this movie already, but I had to put it in because I believe it's one of the best heist movies out there, and we talked about it on our favorite movie soundtrack movies.
Okay.
So, this is Baby Driver.
The Driver of Babies, yes.
Yeah, we had already talked about this movie, but once again, dude, this movie, fantastic, albeit the one of the best soundtracks, and the way the sound worked in the movie. You know, the guy that I think I always forget his name. I want to say it's like I can't remember the kid's name that plays Baby Driver. He's got a lot of he's got a couple movies, but he's not like super famous. That's why I don't know why. But the supporting cast with John Hamm and Kevin Spacey as the main sort of, you know, guy that is in charge of the heist. You know, Kevin Spacey to me is like, he plays the perfect asshole. Like, I love him so much, and I know there's sort of this stigma about him out in Hollywood, and I get that, you know, and it is.
But I'm with you. His work stands regardless of his personal ambitions.
He's so good, and he's so good in a particular movie, and I don't know if you have it on your heist, so I won't say what it is, but that movie's fantastic. Once again, I can't recommend Baby Driver enough. So
fantastic. That's like your seal of approval word.
Fantastic.
It is fantastic. All right, man, moving right along here, and again, to the tune of this genre, you know, this wasn't an easy list to do, but I kind of had to go with, you know, there's some that are revered as being amazing and, you know, for the ages, and then there's just some that were fun for me, and I kind of went with more of the fun stuff.
Okay.
This one here stars Matt Damon. Sorry, let me do that again. Together, 1, 2, 3.
Matt Damon.
All right, we can cut that later. So basically, Damon and Clooney and Don Cheadle's and you know, a handful of other cats, and they make up Ocean's 11, the remake to the classic Rat Pack, 67, probably late 60s, mid 60s.
I feel like one of us had to have one of those out of the three on here.
Mm-hmm.
I was never a huge fan of those movies, but like I could see why. Yeah, like it's a staple in a heist movie. You know.
Yeah, it's just fun. It's one of those where really there are no major consequences. It's kind of just like sticking it to the man, so to speak, the whole way through because they're all suave and badass at what they do. It wasn't like, oh, we have real peril here. That again, I think because of the casting and the fact that it was just a big Hollywood movie, people love it. But
wasn't I don't know if you had already said the cast, but Cedric the Entertainer was in it, right?
I believe so.
I think he was like my favorite character in those movies. He was like the driver, right? Like the DMV, like his normal job was a DMV. Yeah. I liked him a lot. And wasn't Andy Garcia one of the
he's the
casino
lead
owners? Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
He's the lead guy they're screwing over.
You don't see Andy Garcia in enough movies. I'm telling you, like he's such
AG for life.
He's such a good actor, and I always when I see a movie with him in it that I didn't know he was in, I go, oh crap, it's Andy Garcia.
You get all excited like it's a bonus.
Well, he's like the Costco version of Al Pacino. You know what I mean? Like, but I actually like him.
Okay, what is a Costco version? Because to me, Costco means it's like double the size. So.
Okay, he's like the Dollar General version of.
Ouch! Ouch! Andy Garcia, if you're listening, don't fucking listen to this guy. He's very
no, but I like him more than Al Pacino. I'm just saying I think that's what the world thinks of him.
I like you, but I'm not willing to pay full price for you. Is what he's saying. All right. 50 Cent Al Pacino. Let's roll on to the next one before we get Sid.
All right, man. So my next one is a movie that stars Will Smith and Margot Robbie, and it's called Focus.
Oh, Fuckus. Didn't we talk about Fuckus recently?
No, we talked about Margot Robbie.
That broad, you can't remember her last name on the island.
Yeah.
Okay.
But but this movie, dude, oh man, so good. Have you seen it?
I have not. I saw the trailer for it, which is what makes me think that maybe we talked about it before, but I guess we didn't. Because you would know, because you would have been the one to bring it up.
It's really Will Smith is a con man. That's what I mean. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And Margot Robbie's a con woman that is just sort of like this. She's just sort of starting out. She actually tries to steal from Will Smith and, con him. Move. And then he kind of he already knew her move before, because he's a professional. And he brings her into his world and basically trains her. Right. And kind of, they do this thing where they're trying to con I believe he's the owner of a football team.
Yeah.
And it's a really, really good movie. And the ending is a trip. Like the ending has such a twist. It's I loved it, man. Focus. If you guys haven't seen it, I think it was like 2016, I want to say it came out. Maybe 15, 16, something like that. But dude, such a good movie. You should watch it too, man. I'm telling you.
No, I'm down. In fact, I feel like I've seen just that scene. Or does it take place in like a press box at a sporting event?
Yeah, that part does, and then he's like, he keeps betting.
Yeah, he keeps
this guy
every time he loses until he. Yeah,
and that scene alone is so high anxiety driven. Like it's you're sitting there watching it, going, "Oh man, come on, stop!
Quit
what are you
digging
doing?"
yourself in. Yeah, right.
So
a flick that has a very similar sort of accelerated buildup like that one does is a joint called Uncut Gems, that Sandler flick that came out.
Dude, good.
So fucking good, right?
The ending. I was not expecting that ending, and I threw shit at the TV. Like, I took a pillow and I threw it on the ground. I was so mad.
You blew it!
Okay.
Because my thing was through that movie was like, I was rooting for him, dude. I was rooting for him to get his life together.
Sandman, you want to root for him.
I was just like, oh man, this guy, come on. And toward the end, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and then
a train.
I'm just like, really? I sat through that for.
Yeah, but at the end of it, I didn't feel any more or less about the movie. If anything, I felt as good about.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like the ending didn't ruin it for me, even though it wasn't a Hollywood ending.
No, it didn't ruin it for me. What I mean by like I was throwing shit meant I was
You were
I was
pissed.
I was
Yeah.
mad, but I think that's what made it good.
Exactly. It
You know?
created such a reaction that you were willing to put your own pillow in peril.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, isn't that what art is to push a boundary of, something? I
Sure,
mean, anyways, that's,
emotional resonance or
yeah.
something, tapping in.
So, yeah, dude, that's a great movie. But yeah, Focus, go watch it.
Fuck us.
What do you
All
got?
right. So this one I just watched recently.
Mhm.
I'm going to declare it a heist film, but it is not necessarily in the riches kind of perspective. This is
Okay.
a flick called Seven Psychopaths.
Oh,
And-
yeah, I think I've seen. This is the one with
Right.
like a amazing
A shitload
cast,
of people.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Christopher Walken is in it. Colin Farrell is in it, and the main dude, who's one of my favorite actors of modern time. Although his name is escaping me, but
Are you talking about the guy that played Moon, the movie Moon?
Yes.
Yeah. Sam something.
Sam
Tom
Rockwell.
Rockwell. Yeah.
Boom.
Fantastic actor.
He's incredible. He's sort of like my modern day Gary Oldman in a way.
Yeah. He's ridiculously good. If you guys haven't seen Moon though, watch Moon. It's fucking weird, but so good.
Right.
Anyway.
So I dig the Seven Psychopaths. My dad was asking me to watch this movie for like a year and a half, and he's never been one to tell me to watch movies. So the fact that I held off for that long is just kind of like unfortunate, because I would have known this stuff a year and a half ago. The flick is awesome. It's basically they steal a dog who belongs to a authority figure who is also like armed to the gills and ready to kill everybody. It has sort of a Tarantino kind of vibe to it. Woody Harrelson is in it. He plays, kind of like the lead antagonist rather.
Yeah.
Walken is classic Walken. It's one of his finest performances. It's subdued but fantastic. And basically at the end of it is one of those that it wraps up with a bow so perfect. You know what I mean? Like some movies you're just like, yeah, that's the ending I expected. This one is that's the ending I expected plus a cherry on top. Super cool.
It's really good. Yeah, it's really good. I saw this movie. I think I saw it when it came out, but it came to like streaming or DVD, whatever it was. At that time, this movie's like what?
It's probably 8 years old.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So it had to have been when I saw it. I was probably watching it on cable or something. But right. I think for me, you put Christopher Walken just by himself in the mix, and I'm in already. And then you add on top of that Sam Rockwell, and then you add on top of that Woody Harrelson, which is one of my favorite actors of all time. And to me, that's enough, to drive a movie. Like those Definitely. 3 actors. But Christopher Walken, he's getting really up there in age, and it's hard to watch him in a movie, I think, right now. Like it's like watching Harrison Ford, play in a movie. I'm starting to kind of like get to that point where I see Christopher Walken and I'm like, I don't know, like I don't know if I really want to.
I don't know.
That's hard for me. It's hard for me to, what I mean?
You develop a one-way relationship with these artists, right?
Yeah.
And then they go through life as if you know them, as if they're your friends or something, and you kind of don't like seeing that. To me, I love seeing a brilliant work come out of any aging artist, if it's a musician or a film actor or director, somebody who their brand, their capabilities, and they can still surprise you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not saying that I wouldn't watch it. It's just I'm watching it and I'm thinking the whole time, oh man.
Right. Well, the sad truth is, no matter what you watch, when you watch it, if it's modern cinema, you have to watch it in the back of your mind thinking that it could be the final performance you see of any of these people.
Yeah.
So with that always being part of the equation, then I thought the film was fine. And it also, quick shout out to the acting performance of Tom Waits in that movie. That flick too.
He's a good actor, man. I watched him in a couple different movies. I forgot the last one I watched him in, but it was a really gritty movie, and he was really good, really fantastic actor.
I feel like he would have been in some of your Mulholland Falls or Mulholland Drive kind of flicks, right?
It's in that he wasn't in that movie, but like I don't know if he's ever been in a David Lynch movie.
That's
but
what
like,
I was meaning, David Lynch.
But like I know that he's been in some really gritty movies that I've seen. I just don't remember which ones they are exactly, but he's really good too, man. So.
Word.
All right. Cool, man. My next one is another Woody Harrelson movie.
Nice.
To kind of piggyback off of your Woody Harrelson movie there, and this has Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson. I always forget the guy that plays the Hulk. Mark Ruffalo. Ruffalo. And a couple other people. I think Frank. What's his name's? This Now You See Me. Let's put the name out there now.
There we go. Okay, Morgan Freeman and
what's the younger guy's name? He's the brother of
he's David Franco.
David Franco, yeah, dude. I actually like him a lot. David Franco, I think, is a really good actor. I think he needs to be in more big movies. But Now You See Me, man. When I saw this movie, because I am kind of one of the weird ones that actually likes Jesse Eisenberg. When I saw this movie, I instantly fell in love with it. Like it was, dude. I actually love both of them. I put the first one on here because I like the first one more, obviously. Right. But this movie to me is genius. It's such a good movie.
Right. It's not simply that it's magic related. Otherwise, your favorite movie might be Burt Wonderstone.
I actually like that movie too. It's terrible, but it's good. But no, Sidetrack. Dude. I like the fact that it has to do with magicians. Like that's kind of cool. It kind of gives it a different like flow to it. But this movie is, I mean, if anybody's never seen Now You See Me, yeah, you guys gotta watch it. It's a heist movie mixed with magicians, mixed with secret societies, and it's just a trip, man. And it's so good. And the second one, I really like the second one too, if I can just mention that. Because one of my favorite actresses is in that, and Lizzie Kaplan. She's freaking amazing in everything. And then you had Daniel Radcliffe in the second one too. So these movies are stacked with just great actors, fantastic writing. So yeah, you guys see Now You See Me if you haven't, dude. It's so good. Mark Ruffalo, one of my favorite performances from Mark Ruffalo. So yeah, cool. For sure.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. How the society kind of gets involved near the end, and it becomes a bigger than life kind of thing.
Yeah, dude.
I like what they did there. All right, man. I gotta unveil numero uno right now, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool, man. Cool. Well, let me see here if I can do it in a single word.
I'm trying to rack my brain on what one it is, man, because there's like 3 in my head right now that I feel like you would.
I'm gonna go with one of the characters that isn't the main character, but he's also critical to the flick. Utah. 2. Point Break.
Okay.
When Gary Busey's ordering a meatball sandwich because he doesn't think that Keanu can remember to buy 2 sandwiches for some reason. I think it was just a random improv by Gary that they kept in. I don't think that's, Anyways, dude, Point Break is, go.
I haven't seen this movie in forever, so
all right,
it's been long.
Let me catch you up on it. So the general premise is you've got a bunch of bank robberies happening all along the coast, and you've got the FBI trying to figure stuff out. John C. Knightley or John
McGinley.
Right.
John C. McGinley.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, the one from the show, the Scrubs, right?
Yes, John C. McGinley.
Yeah, like Keira Knightley. I got stuck in that mode. Anyway, so he's sort of like the one of the bad lead FBI guys, and you've got Keanu Reeves, you got Patrick Swayze. Whoa, you have one of the best
double whoa
ever. Double whoa, playing a character called Brody, spiritual leader and sort of guru to a bunch of bank robbing, surfing, adrenaline searching extremites that go around just basically knocking over banks in their presidents of the United States of America masks.
Yeah.
Just an awesome flick, dude. I mean, of course they're heisting the money, right? And then it's all about Keanu trying to infiltrate their group as somebody who isn't an FBI. I am an FBI agent. You know, that kind of nonsense, right?
Yeah.
You know,
I love Keanu, but he was not a good actor.
No.
He's grown so much.
And I think the film, I'm glad that it's got its cult following and people still love it. You know, there's that bit in the Simon Pegg flick where, you know, he falls on the ground and he shoots the gun up a bunch of times in a row. Bang, 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 bang. They're always giving an ode to Point Break in that movie. So, you know.
Did they remade this movie, correct? Like, didn't they reboot it or
it was a reboot and it was a poop shoot is what it was.
Okay, I never saw it, so
yeah. 25 minutes into it, I made the decision not to continue.
To turn it off.
Correct, yeah. And maybe the rest of it got good, but I'm just, you know, I love the original chemistry. It might age like a 90s movie, you know.
But that's why you watch 90s movies. I mean, if you're not going to watch it for the nostalgia, you might as well, you know.
Right. There's a steady, not a steady cam, but the kind of cam shot where they follow you along like a tracking shot that's not on a track.
You know I mean? Yeah, handy cam, like a handy cam sort of thing. Yeah.
There is a segment there that Catherine Bigelow directed that is a chase scene on foot from the time that Keanu is chasing the group, and then they steal a car at a car wash, or they blow up a gas station and all this stuff, and Keanu takes on after Swayze on foot, and it's this like 4-minute chase scene on foot that, you know, it's just shot so awesome, and the movie is an adrenaline rush, and Lori Petty, the girl in that flick, she's also in Tank Girl and some other flicks, you know. It was really good in it, and I just, you know, it's just one of my favorite like feel good movies, and it's not a feel good movie really, but it kind of gives me a sense of, you know, whoa.
When you're a kid, yeah.
No, even still.
No, but I mean, like, it gives you that, like, oh man, I remember that when you watch the movie. I remember that part. You know what I mean? It's got that nostalgia, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. I guess on to my number one, man. Now, it was hard for me to pick a number one because there were a couple, but I believe this, for me, my number one, this series of movies didn't start off as heist movies. And then they turned into heist movies. And by now, they're heist movies. And this is Fast and the Furious Part 5.
Fast 5. And
I picked this one because this was the introduction of The Rock, or Dwayne Johnson. And it really, this was sort of like when it started to become that heist sort of thing where, you know, they had to stop that bank robbery, and or they were gonna, you know, go to, you know, the DSS was after them, they were gonna go to, you know, prison and all that, and basically Dwayne Johnson gave them the opportunity to get themselves out of it, you know. And I mean, it is a heist movie from the point of view of stopping the heist from,
of course, yeah,
from what's his name, I forgot, Jason Statham's brother in the movie. I always forget his name, but you've seen him a billion times in movies. I always forget his name. He's one of those, always a bad guy in a movie. But I like Fast and the Furious. It is one of my favorite franchises, even of its over the top ridiculousness. I believe that those kind of movies should be, because I'm not paying for realism at that point. I'm paying for cars that fly, you know?
Yeah. You've signed on. I've signed on for the bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think the bad guy in it was Damon Shaw. I want to say it was Damon Shaw, but anyways, it's a great movie. You get, you know, The Rock, Vin Diesel, what's her name? Ludacris, you know,
Ludacris is a chick.
You know what I mean? I couldn't remember who I was talking about. Oh, Gal Gadot, the guy that played Han. I mean, a ton of Paul Walker. You know, this is, you know, pre, you know, race car accident Paul Walker. And just a ton of people in this movie, dude. And I really, really liked, I really love this movie. So yeah, Fast 5. And I believe this is probably my favorite Fast and Furious. So.
Nice. Nice. I'll be honest. I've never watched one of them.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I have 18 extra hours in my life now available. But if you're saying 5 is worth it, should I just start with 5? And work my
No,
way
I
forward?
believe I believe you should start with 1, dude, because it really sets up everything with Paul Walker's character. You start with 1, go 1, 2, then 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 4, 5, 6. Then watch 3, which is Tokyo Drift. Then watch 7 and 8. Because
None of that's gonna happen.
Tokyo Drift.
I thought we were skipping. I thought we were skipping Tokyo Drift, aka number 3.
No,
because...
it fits in there. It's supposed to be in there.
All right.
So
well,
yeah, I watch him.
Hayden Christensen is in any of these movies I'm not watching.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, because watching shit out of order and then involving Hayden Christensen just never works out good.
All right, man.
All right, dude. Dishonorables.
Dishonorable mentions, man. Dishonorable mentions. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I couldn't tell, between these two, guilty pleasure or trying to be intellectual. Pick one.
Ooh, well, I'm gonna go with the guilty pleasure because, I mean, it's funnier.
I guess. All right. So I'm gonna go with guilty pleasure, Entrapment. This is an early 2000s flick. It's got Catherine Zeta-Jones and Sean Connery.
Yeah. I remember this movie.
Right. He's like a master thief, and basically she's trying to steal some stuff, and he teaches her how to be good at it, and makes her wear like spandex and tuck her ass under lasers and stuff, and important stuff to make sure she can be a good spy, right? Like a good thief, I need you to do all these unnecessary aerobic exercises in a smoky room while I sit in the corner, looking in the shadows like Sean Connery. Just a fun flick, wasn't the greatest movie ever made, but it's got some good cinematography. It's fun, it's fast, it's well paced, and it's got it's got a decent ending.
Yeah, and this was like the whole the beginning of
this is like pre-born and all that stuff, but it has a very born level.
Yeah, but it had that first
style.
Catherine Zeta-Jones did that sort of leotard laser, and that was kind of where that came from in all these other movies that kind of replicated
like in the Pick of Destiny when he's turn it off with his boner and whatnot.
Yeah. So they did that's sort of where that came from in that movie. I remember cool, man. Yeah, it's
probably
Sean
a stunt
Connery,
cock.
man. Yeah. Probably. All right, man. So I'm gonna go with I was gonna give you the option, but I think I'm gonna go with the. I think I'm gonna go with the guilty pleasure as well, man.
All right.
And this movie is a comedy, so it's a comedy heist movie.
Cool.
And it's called Tower Heist.
Okay, Ben Stiller's and Eddie Moifs.
And this was a remake, I believe. It was a remake from an older movie. By
definition.
Before I go on, sorry if you guys saw me lower, it's because I accidentally hit the thing on my chair and it went down. So this movie had Eddie Murphy, Ben Stiller, Casey Affleck, another great actor of a brother that should be way more into movies.
Chuck, I had a double burger. You shut up about the fucking burger.
Anyways, it's about these hard working guys that work in this this tower, in New York City, and the guy that owns the building is they basically fall victim to a Ponzi scheme, right? And so they conspire to rob the high rise that he works in, and the guy that's up there in the penthouse suite owns this car that's worth, I don't know, it's a really really expensive rare car. It's one of a kind, and basically they go to rob. It's in the penthouse, and the car's actually in the guy's apartment, right? And they go to rob the car, and to do that they have to take apart the car piece by piece, get it out of there. It's
terrible fucking idea.
It's so bad, but it's so good, dude. Eddie Murphy's great in this. I like Eddie Murphy in anything.
Does he just play Eddie Murphy in this movie, or does he play like 13 characters?
No, it's just Eddie Murphy.
Okay, good.
Just the character. And then I also like the Ben Stiller. I mean, I have always been a fan of his, so pretty much anything that he's in, I'm on board with. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Side point: you ever see Permanent Midnight?
No, I've never even heard of it.
Dramatic flick with Stiller lead role, plays a heroin addict. Super good.
Hmm.
Totally had like limited limited like overall attention given to Ben Stiller until I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, damn, boy can act. He can do the model Zoolander stuff too, but like boy can act. So
I liked him in what's that? It's a comedy, but it's probably my favorite one. It's where he accidentally marries the wrong girl, or he marries like a girl that he can't stand, and they go on their honeymoon. No, I do like that movie, but they go on a vacation, and he just can't stand her. It's a really good movie. It has the
I'm not gonna guess it.
Yeah, you're not gonna, but it's a good movie. Along Came Polly's great, dude, because it has what's his name in it that's no longer with us anymore.
Philip
Seymour Hoffman. Yeah, he's fantastic actor. But yeah, dude. Well, man, I enjoyed your picks. I hope you liked mine.
Yeah, you know.
That, like I said, this one was a hard one because there's so many. There's so many heist movies out there.
Really, and I mean, you could take it down to wicked levels. Like, if you wanted to argue it, Groundhog Day is a heist movie. You're like, what? Bullshit. And I'd be like, hey, doesn't he go in and steal the groundhog?
Yeah. Well, there has to be like, we have
a group
to
of
kind
people?
of. No, I'm saying we have to make sort of a, when we're doing these videos, make a, this constitutes as what we're saying a heist movie is,
Right. But we'd like to know what you think are
exactly
heist movies, because you'll probably come up with some stuff that we didn't even think of.
Exactly, man. Exactly. You could be like, oh, this technically is a heist movie, and let's get the comment section going, guys. Also, if you guys this is the first time on the channel, you've never seen our videos before, and you like the content, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and smack that like button, and hit that notification bell so you guys can see all the new videos that pop up every time we put one up. So, Aaron, it was a pleasure.
Chris, it was a good time. Covering heist movies, Nerds on Lockdown, our heist movie discussion just stole 20 minutes of your time.
That's right, man. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know.
Well, could be. I rambled on a lot.
All right, guys. Thanks to the Lockdown Legion out there. Make sure you guys subscribe. See you later. Peace.
Bye.